Watch the tower grow. I'm basically just hitting the undo button right now, undoing a bunch of deleting of the floors that I've created here. You can see the data kind of being populated on this heads-up display in this template um, while it's going up. So let's see what happens to our numbers. If you're paying attention here and pretty much all down here as I'm changing this void, have it come all the way up. You also notice the cars required, and all of this is going to automatically be updated on our heads-up display using this Revit template. So, hello and welcome to my channel, ATX Architect. My name is Brent, and today I'll be showing you how to sculpt your buildings by using ceilings and void forms in Revit. The reason that we're using ceilings in this template is because when you give ceilings thickness, you can give it like a 12-foot thick ceiling thickness that can represent a floor of a building as a massing. And the reason that's better than using a floor is that when you start your ceiling, it actually propagates upward as you give it thickness. So when you put your ceiling on the first floor, it's actually going to represent your first floor massing, rather than if it was a floor, it would represent a basement floor kind of under the ground or whatever. So back into the topic here. We are using a void form to cut these ceilings to shape this building rather than individually going into these floors and changing the profile, or the edit boundary. So this is the boundary of the floor. Rather than doing that, that takes a lot of time back and forth between all of the floors. Instead, we're cutting all of this using a void form that looks just like that. Finish that model. So actually, if I were to delete this, let me show you how to make this. So we want to go to Architecture, Component, Model in Place. Let's go make this generic models, and we're going to want to set the work plane. So I'm going to go set, pick a plane. It doesn't matter, one of these sides probably. That looks good. So right here under Create, we're going to go to Void Form. I'm going to do void extrusion at first, just to show you, just to recreate that first version that I did. Grab that bottom line, use this line to draw basically the extrusion plane. There we go. I'm going to grab this, move it down a little bit, and call that good. So you'll see we have this. It's not really cutting anything yet. We have just the shape, but we have to show it to cut things, or have to tell it to cut things. I'm going to extend this all the way up so we get the whole building here. So you want to go to Modify, Cut, and you're going to select these ceilings individually to cut them. You kind of just hover over this. You'll see that void form pop up. Now this is probably going to be the most time-consuming portion of this, but the beauty of it is you only have to do it once. You do it once and you are done. And after this, I'll show you a more unique way to do this. I'm actually modeling a Norman Foster building in this, which you'll see once I'm done here. Yeah, this is kind of a lot. By the way, this Revit template, like I've said in my other videos, is available if you click the link down in the description. It's it's going to help you with your parking calculations. It's going to help you with your massing. It's going to automate a whole lot of stuff for you, including your presentation here. So now that we're done, we can see this is cutting all through here. If you lower it and it's not cutting these ceilings, when you hit Finish Model, it'll say it's not cutting these. You just say okay, it's fine. Don't delete anything. Then you can go back in here and drag this back up, and it will catch all of those ceiling floors once again. And as you're making changes to that, the nice thing is all of your square footages, all those calculations, parking required, based on these individual mass. Now, the other thing is you'll see these floors have different colors. Those represent different uses, which are identified down here. And the uses are broken out in their own square footages. You can go in and change. So you'll notice this is a 14-foot hotel. We'll change it to, I don't know, auditorium, 14-foot auditorium, and we will get a different color there, and we'll also see that updated here. Not to mention, you can go back into the rest of the, yeah, so this is automatically created. This is the rest of the package in the background. We need to change the scale of our dashboard here. So this is just the dashboard. We have a floor plan, a 3D view, a couple sections. Whatever you do to these sections also changes the sections back in the presentation, which is automated, has also the same data that's getting updated for you. I want to show you how to do a revolve. So, like I said, I want to show you Norman Foster building. I'll let you guys figure out which one it is. Great. So, what I'm going to do is I already have this line model. This is going to represent the axis line where the void form will revolve around. So I'm going to actually go into this view, and I already have a line here which references the kind of curvature of the outside of the building. I'm going to go to architecture, component, model in place once again, go to generic models, yeah, and void form. So this time, instead of doing void extrusion, we want to do void revolve, okay? And you know, there's one thing that I did forget to do. So we need to get the axis positioning correct. So yeah, finish model. So this is a funky thing in Revit sometimes you got to do. I'm going to copy this floor mass back to about there so that we can actually use this as our reference plane. Since it's halfway back there, I'm going to go back into this view, component model in place, generic models, where are we at? Great. You know, the whole idea of all of this is to come up with a process in Revit that allows you to do things super, super fast, faster than, you know, any other process out there. So and we're going to pick a plane. So when we go pick a plane, this is the new copy ceiling that we just created, and that's going to be our plane. So it wants us to identify a boundary line. So we're actually just going to highlight all of these lines. That's great. And we're going to close it off by bringing it way out here just to make sure we capture all of the corners. Yeah, there we go. And then it wants us to identify the axis line. So luckily we already have that. And I'll just select this. So that should do it. And now you'll see, kind of in our 3D view, we have this, yeah, see, that'll work. So once again, we need to go through and cut all of these. Yeah. And like I said, this will be the most time consuming part, but once again, once you do it once, you're pretty much done. This beats, you know, going floor by floor and modifying the profile of the ceilings one by one, which is something I've spent an enormous amount of time doing in my career, and I do not care to continue doing things that way. So this is my solution. And we're done. Okay. All right. And let's make sure to delete, I gotta go finish. I want to make sure to delete this floor out here. So that is going to give us all updated numbers based on the Norman Foster building. So once again, we can kind of go into here and change. Maybe I don't like this floor being, I don't like this floor being an auditorium. Kind of want it to be, let's see, that's hotel again. Let's just do office just for fun. There we go. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so you see kind of the gist of it. Yeah, the other thing is if you want, this site model actually has, if I go into here, actually has a model I found online, a SketchUp model for the building, which I imported into here. If you query this, you can see that the layer level is design. So when loaded into our project here, if I go to this template, imported categories, you'll see design is unchecked. We can check this and it will pop up into our view. And you'll actually see in a couple of the diagrams here, which I'm going to change. I'm going to change the, what you want to do is actually match, this is 1 inch equals 200. You want to match the floor plan to the 3D view in this template. Equals 200. Cool. So kind of place that guy back in the middle. You'll go back to the uses and see. So back in the presentation, that should size it appropriately. And there's two different views set up here already to show kind of the different looks. So you can either see the use diagram and see, the corresponding square footage and parking ratios and calculations, your total gross area, FAR. It's giving you all of this data, and it's giving it to you in different ways so that you can actually see it by floor. So, really useful. Saved a lot of time. Even there's a cover page on here. So yeah, that is how you do buildings using ceilings and void forms. Once again, you can click the link in the description to get access to this Revit template. On top of that, you'll be given access to these are how-to videos which identify very specifically how to do this step by step to get the best benefit out of it. There's a whole lot more that this does, but I will leave it there for now. And once again, thanks for watching, for tuning in. It would be a great help if you could like this video, share it with anybody who you think might be interested. All right, I'll see you in the next video.